Welcome, everybody. This is another ATC Network Special Edition podcast. I'm your host, Scott Jones, and today we're talking with Joe Bryan, a friend of mine who is the owner of Beachcomber Treatment Center, and also is it chairman of the EAP, Florida EAP, president,
yeah.
President of Florida EAP, which we're going to be talking about the conference and everything else. But first of all, Joe, how you doing, man?
Doing great, yeah.
You getting by all right? Because we had Tony and KJ in talking about Beachcomber a couple weeks ago, and you guys are still doing well there. Made it through COVID okay.
Yeah, we made it through COVID. As you can see, I've been in a cave for the last 2 years. I think it's time I come out of the cave. What do you think? My kids think I look like Santa Claus, although a low-class Santa Claus because
because you're not giving them anything.
That's the other part. Yeah.
So Santa with no presents is just a bum with a beard.
I like that. Yes.
We spent some time. As a matter of fact, just want to mention we just celebrated 45 years for Beachcomber.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a nice party and. Maybe we'll have another one at the end of the year just for the heck of it.
Why not? It was a great party. We had a great time. Yeah. It was hot as hell that day.
Yeah, that's why I want to do it in December with the Christmas lights up and Hanukkah lights and all those things.
Yeah. If you want any information, obviously, his information's on the screen. You can call or check out Beachcomber if you're looking for a great place. But today we're going to talk about some other things that are going on, and you and I, we like to kid around and have fun, and people are always catching you on Facebook. You're doing something crazy,
right? Oh yeah, I like to goof off, have fun. I got a couple things coming in soon that I may be releasing. It's funny, I have some therapist. I've been doing this. I've been working in the industry about 33 years. And some of the people have been in there along with me. Give me a call once in a while. Joe, is everything okay? I saw you on Facebook, and did you know you were doing that on Facebook? I said, yes, I did. We're just talking about. I wear some costumes, makeup, characters. And they're worried I'm going off the deep end. No, just getting bored and want to do some fun,
But, this is a tough business. Working with addictions and trying to help people is a tough thing. And if you don't care about it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
But if you do care about it, you got to make sure you keep your lighter side alive. You got to make sure you keep a good sense of humor.
Absolutely.
Or else you will lose your mind, right?
Oh, yeah. No, laughing is important. And we know laughing heals the heart, heals everything. That's been proven. So I tried to do some things and help people laugh and make fun of myself. And when you can do that, they maybe not take themselves so serious and take a little easier on themselves as well.
I got to tell you, I was having a blast. I was blessed to be invited to help out with the 45th party that we had, and I was playing music. And somebody was asking, "Where's Joe?" And I don't know. He's around here somewhere. Next thing I know, you come walking around the corner in this king's outfit.
Henry VIII. Yeah.
It was crazy. It was like a bazillion degrees outside. You put this costume on, and you're walking around, but people loved it. They had a blast.
It made people a little less. I think put them at ease, and everyone started having a little bit more funny, laughing. And the reason Henry VIII is, what kind of costume should I wear? Well, didn't come to many choices.
I'm Henry VIII. All right.
Yeah.
So part of this humor and this drive that you have for people to really just be okay and to enjoy themselves. You put some of this into your EAP conference as well. This is there's a lot of conferences you go to, and it's just like minute after minute of group, and then a class, and then a training, and then it's just like all. But this is much more intimate. It's much more fun. Has it always been by design that it's a little bit more relaxed at these things?
Yeah. Well, being old school, you think people do better when they contact with other people, especially now. Everything that we do takes practice. Even socializing. If you don't socialize, you lose the ability to do it. And many people would tell you that. And if you stay in and do all your education and only see patients, you're missing out. You're missing out a lot by reaching out to your other individuals in the industry, and you need a support mechanism, and also to just have some fun and you take a vacation at the same time, but you learn. At the AP, all rooms are on the ocean, but we try some fun stuff. We have dinners. You do records. We try to get up, do some dancing, what have you. But have some fun, talk to some people, reconnect. Always reconnect. That's important, and it's important for me. I've always been a people person that enjoys getting around other people, especially people and that's nice about this conference. If you go there, you'll learn and get to know a lot of people quickly.
And that's fantastic. This is the Florida EAP Conference, and it is in November in Melbourne. The information is on your screen if you want to get some more information about going. It's inexpensive. I think the conference registration is $99. We'll probably have an early registration special coming up, so keep an eye out for that. But then you're going to learn. We have one that I think you guys are doing. It's a nonverbal communication, and everybody needs to know this, especially when you're buying a car, when you're dealing with patients. Everything if you can read the person in front of you. That is my phone right there. I forgot to turn that off. It'll cut off, and that's my wife checking on me. You can't get away, right? But you're right. We'll be doing a course. ATC will be doing a course about communication and what most people don't understand about communication. I'll give you a little hint on what you're going to learn. It's not about reading the other person as much as about what message are you sending. Because if you're sending the right message in communication, you can control the communication.
Absolutely.
But so many people are so focused on watching the other person, they forget what message am I sending, and they can kill a conversation.
Absolutely, you're right about that.
And you're right, and you could use it in many different ways, whether it's in your boss's office or buying a car or dealing with addiction and people who are addicted. So there's so many things, and we're going to have a lot of other groups. I know there's going to be groups on everything from mental health to even helping treatment centers identify better ways to market and do things. There's a plethora of groups on all sorts of topics.
One is also using the right words, which connects to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which I would definitely attend. I love nonverbal communication. It's an interesting thing that we need to learn a lot more, and it goes very in depth. You can go where the eyebrow twitches a little. Anyway, but there is some the nonverbal communication. Then you have the SAP training. Those are for those who do DOT and have drug problems. They have to do in front of a SAP person of their DOT. So that's expensive training. That's going to be offered for $99 for the whole conference.
It's all part of the registration fee. And that's because we have great sponsors like White Sands and some other people who are kicking into sponsors to make sure that we can bring as much to you in this day and a half, 2-day event.
Great.
3-day if you're a golfer.
That's right.
I don't want to forget that if you want to go up and has there been more business deals anywhere in the world other than a golf course? I don't think so. Golf courses are great places.
Hey, even if you don't play golf, I can't play golf anymore, but I ride around. You can rent a cart and ride around and chat with the guys or gals and still join in. A couple of people do that. They don't play the golf, but they ride around and have a good time.
Joe rides around, and when after people hit, he runs up and hides their balls for them, just to watch them.
Just a little stuff like that, or jump out of the bushes and scare them with a gorilla costume or something like that.
I'll be looking for that this year. So there's a golf tournament on Wednesday night. There's the dinner, the golf dinner, and then whoever shows up early. Thursday, great classes and trainings all day, whether it's the SAP or the other programs. Lunch, breaks. Tiki Hut Social on Thursday night with music and games and fun. Friday, more training. And it's just, but there's plenty of time for you to connect with people. And we cannot say how important that is, especially now. We've all experienced this isolationism during this. Even those of us who have got, now I've always been out working and I've been at your place doing work and doing different things, even during it. But you know what? It's still not the same because just even going to the grocery store and not being able to see somebody's face, it's like we're lost something, right?
I always say this conference is if you're you budget yourself. All you have to do is pay for the room. The food is all there all weekend. All
Absolutely.
the time. You don't have to buy any food. You just pay for the conference, and you can't get a better deal than that. All the food, what? We're not saying it's carrots and celery and things like that, but it's good enough. And hey, I lived on it for a long time. I like to save $1. Okay, people know me.
It's not bare bones. It's not ramen noodles for everyone. Three people
like
share a
that.
package. 3 people share a package.
There you go.
But no, but it's just great. It's the kind of thing where once you're there, it goes by so fast, and you're like, I can't believe it's time to leave already. Mm-hmm. And you make good connections, good friends. This is in November of 2021. It's this year, and it's up in Melbourne. It's the Florida EAP Conference. We want people to get involved. If there's anything you think that would lend a hand to us putting on a better conference, let us know. But it's small. It's intimate, too. Let me mention that. This is not 500, 600, 1,000 people that you don't know. This is anywhere from 100 to 120 people who are Florida people, combination of treatment centers, EAP, people within the industries, doctors, therapists, and who are all getting together to make new connections, find better ways to help their clients, and find ways to navigate this business. Because it's a different world.
We didn't mention
now, right?
EAPs get the conference free as well. We're just encouraging EAPs to show up so they get the free conference.
Oh, that's right. If you are an EAP or if you know any EAPs who you think would benefit from learning more about addiction in the addiction treatment world or are looking for support for their people, let the EAPs know and have them register and join the conference, and there's no cost.
As long as they're actively still working as EAPs. We also
you can't. I was an EAP 30 years ago. Sorry, no.
You didn't mention we also sometimes have yoga on the beach and an AA meeting at sunrise.
I don't bend.
But the sunrise meeting, AA, if you wake up that early.
You and I could sit on the deck, watch the yoga on the beach while we have a cigar. How's that sound?
I like that. There's a good one, yes.
That sounds good. And we'll moan and groan just getting out of our chairs because that's us.
So we're corruptible people here, obviously.
Yeah. And I'm not going to promise anything, but the last 3 times we've been up there, there's been a rocket launch.
That's true.
We don't know for sure. We don't, because NASA, it could be changed. In fact, the one time we were up there last November, I think, it wasn't supposed to be a launch, but it got pushed off from another time. So all of a sudden we got this alert. There's a launch. So during our Tiki Social, we watched a NASA rocket launch.
And then was it one in January again?
In January or February, whenever. Yeah,
there
was another one.
And that was brighter than the first one.
Oh, it was. We had a better night that night. It was just really
So there
cool.
may be a special rocket. I'm still working on that one. I'll tell you when I get that one through, though.
If we find out it's not happening, I will get a bottle rocket. We'll have our own launch. We'll have our own little NASA party. We'll just have fun.
That's how I became president. I told everyone I had ordered the last 2 rockets. So anyone can do that. You should be able to be president, right? Of this little organization, right?
Now, Joe, you're a funny guy. You get with things and you stick. Again, you started working with your father at Beachcomber when 30 years ago you got involved, or maybe longer than
1980.
that.
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago was 19? That was 40 years.
Well, don't forget, I also lived on a treatment center with my family when I was young.
So you were always involved.
Oh, God. In fact, we went on vacation. We stopped at 2 treatment centers on our way to a treatment center.
In Florida EAP, how long have you been involved in that?
That was my first conference I went to with my father in 1981. We get to the hotel. He's opened up the key and looked over and said, I guess I'm not marketing anymore. You're on. And the guy next to me said, my God, I'm getting old. My peers' sons are in the business, and I've seen that one too myself a couple times.
So you've been with this for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just call you Stick and Stay Joe because you get involved in something, you stay with it. And a lot of the people who are involved in this conference, this is different than other places too.
Oh yeah, they've been there a long time.
They've been there a long time. Yeah. Why? Because they believe in it, and it's a very. It's a very personal experience. I can't explain it better than that. I've been to conferences in Vegas, and I've been to different places and stuff, and it's like, and it's a big conference. But the first time I went to this one, it was like, this was a very personal experience. It was really, really neat. I walked away feeling like I not only learned a lot, but I made friends, made connections, and I couldn't wait to come back.
We do have actually a call out for this conference for some of the original members of the group. We go back 30-something years. A couple of them have showed some interest. So they're going to make it.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we should have some of the old timers back. And as I say, you can always learn from the past. So, if you don't learn from the past, you'll repeat it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and for the guys, and well, I guess girls as well, is that, I can pretty much guarantee that Thursday evening somewhere after the Tiki Social, there will be cigars on the deck to hang out and just chit chat. So if you're if you haven't had the experience of just sitting around and having some cigars with a bunch of guys and just talking good stuff, and what a great experience that is. Usually I'm really tired and I go out there and then I don't leave.
Yeah, I'm usually tired too, but I enjoy that part of the socializing. Again,
Yeah, but you go out there for a specific reason, which we all are very aware of, to steal people's lighters.
Well, that's another point. Or pick up the ones that are left. You know?
That's it. Well, yeah. But yeah, what a great time. What a great time. So we want you to, again, to go to the website on the screen, check out the conference, register early, save yourself a few bucks, but more importantly, just spread the word, get involved. This is our conference here in Florida. This is ours, and we want to make this a great experience, especially for 2021. It's time to get back out there, let the sunshine hit our faces, and see people again.
You think I should wait till then to shave and cut my
Dude,
hair?
I think you should just let it go. You
November.
are getting almost Dan Haggerty status. Do you remember
Really?
Dan
Yes,
Haggerty?
I do.
Grizzly Adams?
That's right, I remember.
You are getting there. The hair's almost there, and the beard is perfect.
Except he's
a little bit
6'3"
longer,
and I'm a little shorter.
You got to have to stand on. You have to stand on a ladder and 2 stools to get there. But
There may be a possibility I'll grow the hair and the beard till because started during the coronavirus. I didn't get it cut since then. So this will be the end of the coronavirus. How's that?
yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully.
Are you digging the beard? It works on you.
Yeah, I was thinking of waiting until Christmas and maybe get some work out of it.
Like you're not doing enough.
I'm practicing.
Like you're not doing enough.
That's from the TV's Christmas Story. Ho, ho, ho. Shoot your eye out with that
one. It's so cool to hang out with you, Joe. And we always end up laughing and having a good time. There's, again, we're coming out of this crisis. We're going into a new year. We're well into it. We're halfway into the new year now, and it's I feel like
hurricane season.
We're in hurricane season.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the toughest time for me.
Is that just because you're concerned about your clients and everybody?
Yeah, concerned about and being in Florida, I'm concerned about the people.
And you're on the beach.
Yeah, we're on the beach.
I mean, you live next to the center, which
I live on the property.
Which is how many steps did you say? 50 steps?
It's 350 to 326 steps. My father marked it off.
It's less than a block.
Yes.
You walk out the back gate, you could look and you could see at the beach right there. You could see it. It's down the street. So
you can see it from my house, which is on the property.
Yeah, your house is right there. So you're doubly you got to be concerned because even if it's not a direct hit, because you're on the water, you got to worry about flooding and different things like that.
Mainly those storms start to worry about. I mean, not that we don't get them now, but September is when we get that's the peak, September, and then November, 15th, 20th, it's over for the most part.
You've had,
peak.
In 45 years, you've had to have had a few pretty serious storms.
Oh, yeah. Fortunately, the buildings have been there since or before the 50s, so they're well built and still standing.
Yeah. I mean,
it was called the Beachcomber then, too. So it's really been the Beachcomber since 45.
Yeah, it's a great facility. So again, if you want to check out the Beachcomber, please do. I love the staff there. I love going over there. I'm there on Fridays, and I love hanging out there. It's
he does a group.
What a great energy.
Patients love it. Love your group.
I pay them to say that. I give everybody $1. Like, tell them how good I am. Yeah. But anyway, it's a joy and an honor to work with you and your staff there. What else we got coming up this year? Anything special for you and the family? I know you've done a little bit of traveling coming out of Corona. You've been able to get a little bit of
Oh
traveling
yeah,
in.
yeah. I took my daughter to Universal. She's graduated. Then we're going to Williamsburg to see some of the history of.
Are you a Disney kind of guy?
I do like Disney. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I like roller coasters actually.
I'm too impatient. I get there and I immediately get a chip on my shoulder because everywhere I want to go, there's a line.
Well, I haven't been to Disney in a long time. I went years ago.
But even Universal, the lines are pretty long now.
Oh, I didn't go this time either. I just sent my daughter there for the same problem.
Oh, okay.
I don't deal with lines either anymore. So I've done it, and I'd rather sit by the pool now and hear the stories of Universal. So she's old enough. She's 18. So and her friend came up there. I said, I paid for it. You guys go have fun. I stayed at the pool.
Right, right. And I heard you saying, thinking about Williamsburg.
Yeah, Williamsburg's different. That's where they all dress up in the actual gear of the 1700s. Now it's pretty hot. I don't know how.
You're gonna bring your King Henry outfit?
I'd like to. Yeah,
just walk across the battlefield,
start barking orders at them. And then they'll say, "We are not with you anymore."
Oh, that's neat. That's neat. And that's something your whole family, you guys enjoy traveling and doing those kind of things. So you probably had to sit on your hands for this last year, though. You get a chance to do very much of anything.
Well, it's working on, it's working a little bit with trying to keep the Fat C, what's a nonprofit, going, and talking to a little bit of the government officials, and because of course the death rate of overdose have gone up.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot you could do during that period, you're right, other than try to fix things up. Where the beach club where we had to fix things, and then we had we actually hired people during the coronavirus, different reasons because DCF has made more regulations. We had to adjust to those and hire people.
Yeah.
So we actually, fortunately, didn't have to lay anybody off, and actually hired another person.
Yeah. And again, one thing I forgot to mention about Beachcomber is much like I was saying about what makes the conference, the EAP conference, so good is because it is intimate. They don't want 1,000 people there. They want 100, 120, 140 people that are really just want to meet and connect and to learn. And your treatment center is very much the same. It's not 100 people or 50 people. It's 26?
16.
What? But what's your max?
16.
Oh, 16 is the max.
You're very observant, though.
Wow, 16.
Man.
You only said that 4 times.
And how long have you been working with this guy? Well, that's not my job. I'm just going.
Yeah. I know. I don't count.
No.
But that's why do you think that's so important? As far as individual treatment, why do you think having 16 clients?
Well, I can tell you, we went up to 21, and it was right connected to the property. It wasn't the same program, and it was all profit. And I didn't feel it was doing the job I was doing before. And I'm not saying that you can't do a program that size. It just wasn't the Beachcomber.
Right.
So we went back to 16. And the reason being is you have individuals who, for whatever reason, some need to be connected and who need to find the right direction. But if you have a large population, it can make chaos also stronger. When you have more personalities, more therapists, more staff, everything has to grow. Well, that makes it a little more tense. And the way for people to, I believe, to get better in this industry, they have to go to a place where they can, once they get a group, they can relax.
Right, yeah.
Especially men. There is difference in men and women. Men, would like to go off and by themselves and try to figure their thoughts out. Not women don't, some as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes women more will go with other women, talk about what had happened. Now, men attend, because I've seen it a lot at the Beachcomber, will go off to the sides, and you have to have places where people can go off and relax from the last group and not bring everything that they had in the last group back to the next group, because if that happens, they have not brought their, let's say, their energy level down, and if it stays at a high level, things can happen.
Right. So it's important that interaction, and to have a small group of people is better for that interaction.
We haven't had the police at our facilities since I can't remember, other than when we had a seizure. But
Yeah.
for any other
For
purpose,
disturbance, no.
we have not.
Because you know what? When people don't fit, they figure it out within the first hour they're there.
Right.
And I've seen that where people have shown up and, and they're like, this isn't going to work for me, because they're used to having 100 clients where they can hide and they can do things. And they're like, well, the intimacy is about, you've got to be somewhat serious about getting sober to live in that environment.
And when you're only taking
there's no place to hide.
And don't forget, whenever you're taking 16 people, you can take 16 alcohol drug addicts, and you don't have to take people that do not belong in there, because they don't. Psychiatric to a certain level does not mix with addiction, because they have different needs. A lot of psychiatric will take a lot of time with therapists. I can tell you that the addicted people will be very upset about that. Some won't care, some will.
And
then compete for the attention. Then you have problems.
And then you got one apple poisoning the whole bunch. Right. And I'm going to tell you something else, though. Most treatment centers, when they hear the number 16, they think one therapist. No, seriously. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, because a lot of treatment centers, they have their therapists running anywhere from 15 to 20 clients on their own. Not your philosophy.
No. We have 4 therapists and 2 part-time, and then we have Scott. We have a couple others coming in. I try to bring in people that bring something different, like Scott does. Scott brings in a dynamic other therapists can't. He doesn't have. I can't hire him full-time, but he has but he has time to do that. I have another gentleman who does the same thing, and we have a couple other people. One with spirituality brings it in. And if I can find someone's going to, and I'm talking to someone right now, brain spotting, who may come in.
Okay.
If I can bring something that will help, whether it's 1 or 2, then that's what I will bring that person in and for one of the groups. You have to have different personalities, different voices, because if everyone said it from the same angle, you wouldn't reach everyone.
Yeah. Absolutely. To have the different point of views and to be, as I've seen at the Beachcomber, for them to say, listen, that might not be exactly your path, but you want to listen to all these different voices and find out which one of these is your path.
Right.
And then everybody's got a chance at recovery. And I applaud you for the work you've done, Joe. I know you must be proud.
Oh, yes. Very, very satisfied for what I've done. Very, when I say satisfied, meaning we get, you see that, we get people coming back and just very thankful. And this is my journey, same as well. It wasn't for AA, I wouldn't have a family. And I know that helping the alcoholic also helps the family, and the family is very important. And
absolutely,
and they need the addict to be part of that family again. And it's a wonderful thing when you see that.
I got to say, hats off to several members of your staff, people like KJ and some others that when this came around, they immediately started to put family programs online and do the Zooms and do that. And they barely missed a step. They were right on top of it. And because of that, it's actually grown instead of falling off. Right? So good people.
Right. If you don't reach the family and get them some help, the addict is going to have a hard time when they get back.
Yeah.
As the addict, alcoholic. Because the family has to change them too. It's not just the addict. The family has to understand, hey, there's a new game in town. The father or mother is going to come back, and they're not out to lunch all the time, and now they want to be part of the family. The game has changed now. You can imagine what that means.
Absolutely.
Wait a second, I have a voice now. Well, before it didn't matter, and no one wanted to listen to you. So, and now you want to be heard. So it's an issue. The children don't like it, and and sometimes the spouse doesn't like it. Could make all the decision without their input. I'd say, oh well, you agreed anyway. Don't you remember the other night when you were drunk? Okay.
So the families have had carte blanche. The husbands, wives, spouses, whatever it might be, have had carte blanche to run things and put out the fires and do all of that. Right. All of a sudden, they got somebody returning home who's like, "I want to be a part of these things. Right. I want to help. I want to let me pay the bills. Let me do this." And the other person's going to have to give up some of that control. But they can't do that without help. They can't do it without help.
Yeah, we all have that one. Not we all. I know I have a little problem with control. It was very hard. Actually, the coronavirus was one of the things that helped me do that. Once it came, I couldn't be at the office every day because I was I was determined non-essential person. I'm the owner and I'm not essential. Okay. I didn't know it worked this way, but they only took in the therapists and nurses. So I had to step back. And of course, my wife is CFO and my son is the day-to-day operations. They were important, so they went in. So they were more important than me, so it was a sort of a wow.
Maybe it was a little wake-up call for you to say, you know what, I've got to let these people do what they do best.
Right.
And
but a little bit of
back.
probably ego here.
Oh, yeah.
What happened,
That's great. That's
Anyway,
great.
yeah.
So check out the Beachcomber. If you're looking for treatment for somebody that you love, you can go on their website, but contact them, talk to them, because anybody can make a website that says anything. We were talking about that earlier, and there are at the conference sometimes we'll have courses that'll teach you about, everybody's going to say I have this and I have that. Talk to the treatment center. Absolutely. Once you talk to the Beachcomber, you really get to know the people there. Mm-hmm. That's going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something. You know what is something sad, Joe? People research a car more than they'll research a rehab.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely. They will research
it's
a car more than they'll research where their son or daughter's going to go and get their life saved. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Research and talk to the people.
Oh, it's amazing. I've had people, they didn't even know where the place was when they were sending someone. They found out at that day. I mean, how can you, you ask some questions. And,
yeah.
They better have the answers that you're looking for. Look at some of the reviews. You can't get all the reviews right, but look at them and see how many therapists they have, right?
Yeah.
That's always important.
Absolutely. And if they can't talk to you, or if the only person you could talk to is a marketing person, then it's probably not a place you want to go. Yeah. You definitely want to make sure you can talk to real staff members and see this is important. But this philosophy, again, it moves right into what we started the show talking about, the Florida EAP Conference. It's that philosophy of instead of quantity and having a huge conference, let's get quality, let's get good classes, good speakers, let's have a good time and celebrate.
Absolutely,
that we all doing a job that should be celebrated, and we should feel good about it. So make sure you attend this conference this year, people. It's up in Melbourne in November. The information's on your screen. Register early and join us.
And last year we had a very the write-up on, everyone said it was wonderful. They want to attend again. I know for some therapists, it's hard for them to get out because they're going to maybe lose one day, really 1 day and a half of clients. They could see some at the end of Friday if they wanted to. But it's well worth it. Get out, mingle, see your peers, see what's going on in the world. When you get together, you hear a lot of information. New things, some new things going on. What's going on in the government? There's changes going on there all the time.
Yep.
That's important to know. You can get covered. What is the new one? DC, what is it? 65?
65D30.
Yeah, major changes to that. Major changes.
Yeah, and these are the kind of conferences where you can connect and talk to people about those things. And, we're trying to bring you all that information, changes in the way insurance is paying and looking at things, right. Changes in the DCF, even JACO and other organizations and different things. We try to stay on top of that stuff. The worst thing in the world is to be the last one to find out about changes in regulations. And when you're informed of it while they're handing you a piece of paper that says lock your doors, that's not good.
Not good.
So we want to be ahead of the game. We're always willing to sit and have those conversations. But, Joe, it's a great group of people. It's a great organization to be involved with. This is the Florida EAP Conference this November, in November 2021 in Melbourne. And like I said, the hotel you guys picked is a beautiful place, by the way.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about that. You walk out to this beautiful pool, onto this deck that's overlooking the beach. Every room, they set the hotel room so that every room in the hotel is on the beach. So it's like one room wide hotel that's kind of long, and every room is a suite. Mm-hmm. It's got a little sitting area. It's got I love the rooms there.
Maybe we'll have you do a podcast from there and interview some of the educators that come there.
I think we definitely will.
I think people out there should tell them, Send those, call them up or text them and say, show up. And we want to see, some people can't get out. They want to see the educators.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. So we'll be bringing you more information about that. This isn't the last you're going to hear about this. We're going to be putting the word out. Make sure you share with your friends. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of Joe through the Beachcomber, or you can simply go on the Florida EAP Conference website, which is on the screen. So with that, I want to thank everybody for joining. Joe, thanks a
Don't
lot,
forget,
brother.
Saturday, tell them about Saturday. I haven't heard that. You have a podcast always on Saturday. Wonderful show.
Oh, my Live Out Loud podcast. That's one of the shows that we do here at Addiction Training Center, and that's
Watch it all
every
the time.
other
It's great.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So check it out, Live Out Loud podcast. You can check us out on our Facebook page, which is LOL Podcast on Facebook. And we have a lot of other podcasts we do here. Here's the thing. It's all housed in the same place. It's on the ATC Network on YouTube. All of our shows are there.
This wonderful studio.
In this studio, Joe's come down to spend time with me here. I still want to talk Joe into him and I doing some sort of Smothers Brothers show every week.
I'm ready.
And just having some fun.
I want to come in the costume. You can ask me some questions.
No, there you go.
Yeah, there we
There
are.
you go. All right. Just wait for it. He says he'll do it. We're going to do it.
I'll
We're going to
do
do
it.
it. We're going to have some fun with it. But again, please check out the conference, get involved, ask questions, and definitely check out Beachcomber. I want to thank you from Addiction Training Center for joining us here today on the ATC Network Special Edition podcast. Joe, thank you very much, my friend. We'll catch you next time. Have a good day.
Be there.